If you guys are new to this channel, this is my 1977 Datsun-280Z, which we have slowly been working on over the years that have gone by. But one thing this car desperately needed in the inside, even when I bought it, was a brand new set of carpet. So the interior of this car after today is pretty much going to be mint condition and completely finished. So without further ado, let's get started. Okay, so before we get started, obviously we're gonna have to start removing the seats. So get your socket set out and start wrenching away. Okay, so the hard work is now over, but before you start putting the carpet in, since you've got everything apart, might as well vacuum it up and make everything nice and clean so that your new carpet feels nice and moist. Actually, no, so it doesn't feel moist. So that your new carpet feels right at home. All right, well, that doesn't look right. I wonder if they gave me the right carpet. Okay, so how's the fitment? Well, it's okay, as you could tell. So this other side lines up pretty well, but this is a little bit off. Part of me wants to say this might not even have been the right carpet for the 77 or my model of 77. I did have to cut that little section there. I also had to cut some holes to put the seat belts through because, well, they thought, if you have a Datsun, you don't need seat belts. No, you don't need those. We're just going to provide you with a little hole. And that's the only hole you'll get. Okay, update time. Everything is coming by perfectly. Not a single issue. Fitment is absolutely prime. No problems at all. This is like 100% OEM, absolutely incredible. Highly recommend, 10 out of 10. Now, but we're making progress. So nonetheless, what we had to do is we had to trim a little hole there for the center console to come in. This part right here, I had to cut a little bit more around there. I had to cut the side right here, as you could tell, strips because it was kind of overflowing. There's a little bit of a kink in this corner and I cannot get rid of it. So that's going to be in here for the rest of its entire life. But aside from that, everything is like the fitment is Nonetheless, it's looking a hell of a lot better. So we're just gonna keep plugging away and then hopefully the passenger section is completely done. Okay, update. Holy moly, this is taking longer than expected. So the passenger side is complete. I had to cut everything and do some adjustments here, but nonetheless, we got it all set up here. We've got this tucked in underneath, and overall, it's looking not too bad. I do have to put that little cover piece back there, but yeah, so it's not bad looking. There are a couple creases here, as you could tell, just in that corner, which for whatever reason, I can't figure it out. I can't get the kink out, but maybe over time with maybe some heat too, we can make that look a little bit better. This little back carpet piece is a bit interesting. I will have to kind of adjust this little section here, but we've got this tucked under the seat belt and all. So nonetheless, the passenger side is complete. So now let's move on to the driver's side. Okay, so more cutting is happening. They didn't make a hole for the footrest, so I have to make one. This stuff though, I don't know what the heck this is made of. If anyone in the comments section can let me know. It is so difficult to cut through this. It almost feels like this stuff's, this would be good for like bulletproof material. It is super, super difficult to cut. Maybe it's the glue, I'm not sure, but the X-Acto knife is just not being able to do anything with it. Okay, this stuff right here. Or maybe my X-Acto knives are dull. One of the two. Anyway. All right, so here's a prime example of how the fitment is on this carpet. So we know that the transmission tunnel cover, if you want to put it that way, goes over top here, but as you could tell, this wouldn't really work and it won't fold over, and then there's a little bracket here that it drills into. So the build quality isn't, well, it's not OEM, and I guess I don't really expect it to be, but nonetheless, hopefully, you know, if I trim this up, it'll fit better, and then we can get the transmission tunnel in, and then we're that much closer to being done. Okay, so some of the fitment issues that I was talking about, you can tell it's just, I think this was for a different year 77 because it just was not lining up properly with the footwell, and it's pretty much pushed all the way as far as it can go. And yeah, so I did have to make a couple little adjustments. This is all tucked in now, which is good. So that's looking fine. This little back part is tucked in. I've got the seatbelt part tucked in as well. So it's pretty much done. I had to cut little holes here. I might have to chop a little bit more so that the seats fit nice and snug there. But yeah, overall it's looking pretty decent. So now let's put the back part. Now I have a feeling right now this is not going to fit properly. Just calling it early. This should have had like a little bit of a mold here, but so I was given the wrong carpet. Or maybe I ordered the wrong carpet, one of the two. That kind of goes this way. Well, it looks complete now, I guess. I just gotta button it all down and make it all nice and perfect. That took way too long. Okay, so literally pretty much the whole day later, we're finally done the carpet. And as you can tell, it actually looks pretty damn good. And the interior finally looks like a car now. The back part right here, we'll just kind of go around it. The back part, I definitely think is just for a different Datsun. It didn't seem like this should fit this way. I feel like it should contour a little bit more, but nonetheless, that carpet will hopefully settle and all the ripples will be removed. Go in here, the carpet overall, it actually fit pretty nicely. And then I just put the stock mats, and these mats I believe are original actually. Now there were parts in here that are exposed. Unfortunately, just the way that the material was cut, it wasn't cut properly. The one part that is going to be showing is right underneath these seats, essentially like those little seat rails, or this little platform, this bar that the seats will sit on are going to be exposed. But overall, parts tucked in pretty nicely, looks pretty clean, and yeah, it makes the car look that much better now. Yeah, here we are. It's just, yeah, it just ties in the interior that much better. I think it looks excellent now. Sure, there were certain spots that could have been better. For example, take a look at that. That's going to be showing, unfortunately, but it is what it is. It looks a hell of a lot better now than it did before, and overall everything just looks tidy and clean, and officially the interior is done at this point. Oh, it feels good to sit down. Oh man, today was tiring. My body is sore from being in very awkward positions the entire day, and my neck and my back. Ugh. If you like the video, if you enjoy the build series of the 280Z, please consider subscribing to the channel. And if you haven't already, go and check out some of my other Datsun videos in the links down below. And leave a like at the end of this video, only if you liked it, of course. We'll catch you in the next one.